storm. Into this house we're born. Into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone, an actor out alone, riders on the storm.
And the music was good and the music was loud.
the storm. Riders on the storm. Into this house we're born. Into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone, an actor out alone. Riders on the storm.
And the music was good and the music was loud.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste.
I'm the king of rock, there is none higher. Some MCs should call me sire. To rock my kingdom, you must choose fire. I won't stop rocking till I retire.
Now we rock up funny and go correct. All sets are on time and rhyme connect. Got the right to flow and to elect. And other rappers can't stand it, but give us respect. I wanna rock.
Back in 1955, man didn't know about a rock and roll show. No man died. White man had the smokes, black man had the blues. No one knew they was gonna do what Tchaikovsky had to do. Oh, let it out.
Know what I want.
When it's real, feeling's hard to conceal. Can't imagine all the pain I feel. Give anything to hear half your breath. I know you're still living your life after death.
Every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I'll be missing you. Thinking of the day when you went away. What a life to take, what a bond to break. I'll be missing you.
It's kinda hard with you not around. Know you in heaven smiling down, watching us while we pray for you. Every day we pray for you, till the day we meet again. In my heart is where I keep you, friend. Memories give me the strength I need to proceed.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to the third annual Michael Rose Memorial. Tonight, part of the Miller Family Trucking Esports League, and we have a giant event set for you here tonight with the pro late models here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Good evening, everybody. I'm Sean Neested. Glad to be here with you, and glad to have Alex Robinson alongside. Alex, we are ready for a giant show, all in the memory of the late Michael Ross. Going to be a great night, Alex.
And if we watch, the past years as qualifying's underway, the past 2 years have been heck of a show. And now we come to Cedar Lake, and these guys are ready to put on another great show in the memory of Michael Ross. I think we might have just lost Sean. There, Sean?
All right. Hey, I think I'm here. Alex, are we here?
There is Sean Neested. Sean Neested is back.
I'm here. That was weird. I had a momentary disappearance move here.
So you see qualifying is underway and on the top of the charts. Are we surprised? The 33 for VLR, Evan C. at the top of the boards.
What a driver he is as we continue to see other drivers make their way around, looking at the 269 making his way around the speedway. But Evan C. up there in the top, Devin Morgan, Ryan Underwood, Justin Thompson, Justin Powell, some heavy hitters as we see Alex Bergeron make his way around the speedway now in his ABR setup shop, car number 12. Alex, tonight here, we really have the who's who of all of the iRacing drivers here, all gunning for a $200 payout to take home the win in tonight's main event.
See, three-time World Outlaw champion Alex Bergeron in attendance, Devin Morgan, Ryan Underwood, Evan C., Cole Cabry, all in attendance for this great race. You even see Matthew Logan there. There's Kendall Tucker. So you got all the big dogs out here tonight. VLR, Swindell Speed Labs, Slick Sim Sports, ABR, D1RT. They're all out here for this show.
Absolutely. So it should be one to get really excited about. Hey, and what a great cause. Of course, the third annual Michael Rose Memorial. Lost Michael back in 2019 at just 26 years old. But boy, so glad to hear the family's legacy, Michael's legacy. Michael's love of racing continues to this day with his son Jace running the wedges out there in Ohio. And boy, it is going to be a great night honoring Michael. We know his family is tuned in here tonight, and they're going to hopefully enjoy a big show here this evening as we are just about set to get into qualifying heat races here tonight, Alex. And these heat races are going to be a big deal. We're going to take the top 4 finishers from our heat races, and they're going to go directly into tonight's main event. As you see the final order here of qualifying: Evan C., quick timer, Cole Cabray, Devin Morgan, Ryan Underwood, Kendall Tucker, the top 5, Bergeron, Thompson, Powell, they're right behind him. Here's your starting lineup for tonight's first heat race of the third annual Michael Rose Memorial. Let's take a look at that starting lineup as Evan C., the 33 on the pole position, Alex Bergeron right next to him in car number 12.
Car number 2 on the inside, the one for Drew Hopkins Racing. It is Chase Hardy. To the outside in the 500, it's Tyler Berry.
Third row, Brennan Weeks, the Mid-South Third Stringers, 22 on the inside, and Kenneth Payne going to be on his right. That's the 100.
In the 7th spot for Sub-Zero Sim Racing, the 20, it's Dominic Foster. And to the outside, didn't get a qualifying time, D1RT, 127, it is Blake Majulis.
So Blake Majulis coming from the tail here tonight. Oh, that's going to be an exciting one to watch as the pace truck shows the way here. Miller Family Trucking Esports League brings us the action here. And boy, what a night it is going to be. As we mentioned, 12 laps on these heat races, Alex. And we're going to only take the top 4 directly to the main event here tonight as the pace truck will hurry and scurry. We are green. Heat race number 1 is underway.
See, leads us into turn 1 and 2. You see this track already taking some wear and tear from practice. Caution flag out, and man, oh man, looked like Chase Hardy and Brendan Weeks got into it there on the start and couldn't save it into 1 and 2.
Yeah, we'll get a look here at the replay here on Thunder Sim Racing Network as you'll see the incident down in turn one on the initial start. There is just a little bit of contact, and what a job by Blake Majulis to get right next to the tires, and he was able to sneak his way by and continue on there. Trouble, though, Chase Hardy, the number one machine, looks like he is going to have to come from consolation action here this evening. So early on, a caution flag, and we'll get them bunched up here and still have plenty of laps to go. 12 laps, long heat races here tonight, Alex, but with so much on the line at this event, I really like the format with plenty of laps to get into the top four to get to the A main.
Really helps that 127 of Blake Majulis, who didn't get a qualifying time down, so he started back there in row number 4, dead last for the 127. It's weird to say that he starts in the back there, but 12 laps, it's going to help him to get up into one of those final transfer spots.
Absolutely, it will. As the field gets formed up, Evan C., your race leader, showing the way out front into 33. Bergeron, Berry, and Payne in the top 4 spots. Pace truck will lead them away. Here we go with 8 laps of green flag action to go here in heat race number 1. C and Bergeron take them down into turn number 1.
Alex Bergeron looked like a man on a mission there as he was right on the 33's back bumper on that restart, and now he is trying to duck to the inside, but that middle line looks to be the best spot for the 33 there as he goes up to the cushion, and man, oh man, those top 2 get ready to duke it out.
Here comes Bergeron. He'll take a look to the inside of Evan C. We get side by side off of turn number 4. We'll come by the stripe. We've got 9 laps to go, so caution flag laps not counting. Big time slide job from Alex Bergeron for the race lead, but here comes Evan C. back to his inside and back to the race lead when they get to turn 3. Now they're going to get side by side once again as they come off turn 4, Alex.
See that run out of the corner propelled him back to the lead there as you see Bergeron going to go right up behind him again. Get the momentum, get ready for a slide job there as both of them go to the inside. C going to drift up. They're side by side once more, heading into 1 and 2. Here comes that haymaker slide job by Bergeron.
Wow, a couple of world-class drivers showing exactly why they are some of the best you will find all across the iRacing platform, putting on a show here in the opening heat race of the Michael Rose Memorial. It is Evan C., your race leader, by less than 0.2 of a second as they head down the back straightaway and into turn 3. They'll come off of turn 4, 5 fingers in the air, 5 laps to go on our opening heat race.
C has looked strong. Bergeron tried to make a few pass attempts there, but now he is settled in right behind him, trying to see where the fastest line is. Wait for the 33 to make a mistake. There they go out of turn number 4, but C is getting the run on the top side. There comes Bergeron. Slide job once more, and again, Evan C goes to the bottom and gets that lead right back.
Oh, it is a great night when our friend Jerry Van Sickle, if he were here, he'd be saying the White Castle's being served by the cases here tonight. Big time slide jobs all through our opening heat race, and we still have 2.5 circuits to go on this one as the drivers work for the pole position in tonight's main event. Evan C. with 2 laps to go, but Alex Bergeron right there, ready to pounce. Tyler Berry, Blake Majulis in the transfer spots as we will come through turns 3 and 4. There you see Majulis in the 4th spot, and white flag coming out for your race leaders. Final time. Here comes Bergeron back to the inside, Alex.
Of the slide job. There goes C now to the inside. Side by sound down back straightaway into turn 3 and 4. It looks like it's going to be a drag race with a slide job. Drag race to the finish line. Oh, boy. I think we got to go to a little bit of an official result for that one before we call who won that heat race.
Wow, oh wow, there you see the 33 of Evan C., and we will get a look at your official finish coming up here on the screen, and there it is, Evan C., 0.02 of a second, your winner over Alex Bergeron. Tyler Berry and Blake Majulis, they go to the dance tonight. Brendan Weeks, Dominic Foster, Kenneth Payne, Chase Hardy, they will come from the consolation. We'll see them here once again. Hey, if you are tuned in here tonight, make sure to give a follow to the broadcasting page here at Thunder Sim Racing Network, as many more races to come here on the Thunder Sim Racing Network. Is starting lineup for heat race number 2, Alex. Let's take a look at this one.
On the pole for D1RT, it's the 71 of Cole Cabry. To the outside, the 98 from Georgia, it is Justin Thompson.
Second row, Jesse Wall on the inside. That is the number 2 ride. Next to him, the team D1RT Racing 55 of Matthew Logan.
Donnie Batiste in that Mid-South Dirt Slingers entry will start fifth to the outside. In the 26, it is Sage Luther.
And your fourth and final row, the Baker Motorsports 27 of J.D. Baker on the inside. Outside of him, that will be Gavin Korkiakowski in the number 17 machine. So 8 cars coming out onto the Speedway for heat race number 2 here at the Michael Rose Memorial. 12 times around. Top 4 directly to tonight's 75-lap $200 to win main event. A big thank you to all of the sponsors who stepped up and made this event possible, upping the payout here for tonight. And the biggest thank you to the Michael Rose family for allowing us to do this race in honor of Michael. We know you guys are tuned in. We hope you enjoy the show here tonight. And we know how much Michael loved racing, loved the outdoors, loved fishing. So we hope you all enjoy it as much as he would have enjoyed those activities. We are green. Heat race number 2 going to thunder on down into turn number 1. Look at Cole Cabray, 71 machine, high side hustling down the back straightaway.
Cabray in that 71 looks strong. Jesse Wall in the 2. He is in that second spot. You see them side by side back there throughout the field battling it out for transfer spots. But Cole Cabray going to lead lap number 1.
J.D. Baker right now has the fourth and final transfer spot with Matthew Loken 1 spot out as Cabray trying to work on his race lead out to about 0.6 of a second. There you see the 55, Matthew Logan. He jumps up to the third spot as we've got trouble in turn number 1. Caution flag is out. Jesse Wall with trouble in the first turn, and the yellow flag flies here in heat race number 2 of the Michael Rose Memorial. Here is your Thunder Sim Racing Network instant replay looking at the number 2 machine of Wall. Little contact on the front straightaway, and then he finds that opening in turn number 1. Made some contact with, I think that was Gavin Korkiakowski got in there. Everyone's able to drive away from the incident, but it looks like Wall's car took quite a bit of damage on that one. So Alex, we're going to bunch him up here for a restart. Still plenty of laps to go on this one, but how about your race leader looking so strong? That 71 machine showing the way out front. Cole Cabray, he was hooked up and hauling there the first couple of laps.
And it's a tough break for that number 2 in the second spot there, and then a tough break hitting that wall. He has a few more laps. He might be able to get into that 4th spot that's held by J.D. Baker in the 27.
Talk about the pressure for these drivers to make the show here tonight, as we're going to pay out the top 7 position, which is a very good payback here in the iRacing world, and we hope everyone has a shot at that. We hope everyone's enjoying the action, but right now these drivers, even if they can't make it to the A main out of this one, Alex, they're all battling for transfer or battling for starting positions in tonight's B main. So every time these guys are on the track tonight, the pressure is on as we watch them rip off of turn number 2 as we view from outside. Well, now we go back to the front straightaway view as you see there the 55 of Logan and the 26 of Luther have the final transfer spots.
Sage Luther right now holds on to that final spot as now you see a little bit of problems there for that 17 machine of Gavin Korkiakowski. He is in the 5th spot trying to go to the inside of Sage Luther, but that battle for that 4th and final transfer spot to the feature event is heating up, and you see there is Jesse Wall getting ready to get back in the mix.
Korkiakowski right now looking good, running that bottom side of the speedway. A lot of patience to be right down there by those tires. One of those tires, though, it can reach out, grab you, turn the car, get it sideways as Korkiakowski trying to come into that transfer spot. Here's the battle for the second position. The 98 of Justin Thompson has it. Matthew Logan, he wants it. That is second and third. They're solidly in the main event, but looking for better starting spots. There's Gavin Korkiakowski with the big slider into the final transfer position as the field works themselves to 4 laps to go in heat race number 2.
Korkiakowski, that slider puts him into the 4th spot. Sage Luther, though, goes back to the outside, trying to make that top side work. The 17 is living and dying by the bottom side. He's got the run. Now the 26 contact. They both save it, but here comes Sage Luther now. Going to make it a 3-car battle for the 4th and final transfer spot.
Well, Luther had a little tough luck, or Wall had a little tough luck earlier, and now he's in a 3-car battle, and they're banging the wall down into turn 3. Now they're banging each other. This thing going to get wild here in the closing 3/8 of a mile. 2 laps to go for your leaders. Cole Cabre, he has checked out. He's gone. 1.8 seconds is his lead as you see him three-wheeling off of turn 4. He sees the white flag final time around here in heat race number 2.
Cole Cabre has looked strong through this heat race and into turn 3 and 4 for the final find. D1RT, the 71, Cole Cabre wins heat race number 2. Justin Thompson going to join him in the feature. Matthew Logan and Gavin Korkiakowski. That is your top 4.
How about it for Gavin Korkiakowski? Started 8th on the grid. He'll get into a transfer spot here tonight with that 17 machine. He goes to tonight's Michael Rose Memorial main event. Cole Cabre, your winner. Thompson, Logan, Korkiakowski. They're your transfers. Luther, Baker, Batiste, and Wall. They will have one more chance in tonight's B main to go to the feature. Devin Morgan, he'll line up on the pole position for our 3rd heat race here at the 3rd annual Michael Rose Memorial. That's the Team VLR car number 112. Justin Powell, the number 30, outside of the opening row.
Row number 2 to the inside, the 34 for Mid-South Dirt Slingers. It is Bill Miller. To the outside, the 3, it's Bobby Mattingly.
Let's go to the 3rd row. That's where Benjamin Easler lines up on the inside in the 02 machine. To his right, that's James Clausen in car number 32.
Rounding out the field in the 269, oh so fine, Blue Groove Motorsports, James Grace.
That is your grid. 7 cars, 12 times around, 4 transfers up for grabs here in heat race number 3 tonight at the Michael Rose Memorial. Of course, we've had, this is the 3rd annual event. The previous 2 years won by Dylan Wilson. We'll look to add a new name to the virtual trophy here for the Michael Rose Memorial after the 75-lap main event coming up later tonight. Again, as you enjoy the action here on Thunder Sim Racing Network, if you're on YouTube or if on the Facebook channel, make sure to give it a like, give it a follow, so you know every time racing goes live here on the Thunder Sim Racing Network. Green is out. Heat race number 3 down the front straightaway here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Great start for Devin Morgan. He'll lead them down into the turn. They're 3 wide back there for the 3rd spot behind Bill Miller, who runs in 2nd. Look at this battle as they go to 3, Alex.
This battle for the 2nd spot is on Bill Miller. Bobby Mattingly right now hold on to 2nd and 3rd. Mattingly going to go to the inside there. Miller tapped the wall. That slows him down, but the 269 in the 4th spot right now, and he started dead last. The past 2 heat races, guys started dead last, finished 4th. Can James Grace continue that trend?
He works the very bottom of the speedway, coming after the 34 of Bill Miller. Miller through the middle. Blue 34 right behind the 3 of Bobby Mattingly, who runs in the runner-up spot. There you see the battle for the 4th spot. It continues to belong to James Grace. James Clausen right behind him in the 32 machine. So it looks like a 29 on the door for Clausen as he'll make his way off of turn number 4. So still anybody's guess who the 4 transfer spots will be on this one. Here comes that 269 of James Grace looking for a couple of spots. He may just get the daily double here, Alex.
James Grace into the 3rd spot right now. That means Bill Miller, he's on that bubble spot of the 4th spot. And James Clausen, Justin Powell, they are right on them, ready to pounce. But James Grace up to the 2nd spot now as he gets by Bobby Mattingly. So he's gone from 7th to 2nd right now for the 269.
Look at Bill Miller, though, on the bubble and feeling the pressure as we are halfway in heat race number 3. Here comes James Clausen working the very bottom. Justin Powell right behind them as well. So still put a blanket over this portion of the field. The final transfer spot belongs to the blue 34 of Bill Miller, but he has all sorts of pressure. Also on the top, Bobby Mattingly starting to get into that mix for the final transfer spot as well. He runs 3rd, but Miller trying to rip that spot from him.
Here we go. It looks like Clausen might be trying for a little 2-for-1. Try and knock one of them back here out of that transfer spot. But Mattingly, Miller, those two side by side for the 3rd spot. Miller on the bottom, Mattingly up top. This transfer spot still up for grabs with Clausen and Powell right behind him.
Boy, still anybody's guess who's going to go to the dance from this one. Mattingly has 3rd. Miller wants it from him to get a little insurance as the 5th place running Justin Powell starting to lose touch with the drivers in the top 4. Meanwhile, Devin Morgan out front. He has gone out to a 2-second lead, and he'll come off of turn number 4. He'll look at the white flag. Final lap underway here in heat race number 3. Continue to watch the battle for 3rd and 4th, and now there is your leader, the 112, Devin Morgan. He has set sail here on this one.
Devin Morgan for VLR. He wins heat race number 3. James Grace from 7th to 2nd. He's going to the show. So is Mattingly. So is Miller, as those two hold on to their spots.
So some more good action here in our third heat race of the night at the Michael Rose Memorial. And take a look at your official finish. Devin Morgan, James Grace, Bobby Mattingly, and Bill Miller, your transfers to the show. Powell, Clausen, and Easler will get to race it out in tonight's B feature coming up here shortly. Right now, heat race number 4 getting staged up on the racetrack, and Ryan Underwood, the team VLR number 46, he'll sit on the pole position of this one. Ethan Toder in the Drew Hopkins Racing car number 23 joins Underwood on row 1.
Row number 2 on the inside, the 92, it's Corey Austin, and to the outside, the 029 of Travis Gardner.
Moving to the third row, the inside driver out of Florida, the 50 of Jason Lineweaver, and Eric Scalf in the $1 Million Motorsports car number 50. He'll go from position number 6.
And rounding out the field in the 44, it's going to be Donald Swanson.
That is the grid of 7 for our 4th heat race here tonight at the Michael Rose Memorial. Great event coming up here tonight. By the way, the B feature, you hear all the drivers getting qualified for that one. That'll be 12 laps in distance here tonight. And then that 75-lap main event, 200 to win, 75 for second, 50 for third. Payout going all the way back through the top 7. So big night here for these drivers as we pay tribute to Michael Rose and his family. And we are 1 lap away from the start here. Or half a lap away from the start here of heat race number 4. Heat race Quattro, Alex, 4th heat race. After this one, we will have 16 drivers qualified for the main event. Green flag coming out.
Ryan Underwood, that 46 machine for VLR leads us into turn 1 and 2, but he has company already as they try and make it 3 wide in turn 1 and 2. Toder and Austin already putting pressure on the 46 of Underwood, but man, oh man, first heat race photo finish, the last 2 were gone by a mile. This one looks like the pressure is on that leader of the 46.
Yeah, that is Ryan Underwood. The battle for the second spot, hot and heavy. Ethan Toder slides up, gets the right rear into the concrete. Here comes Corey Austin on the inside. Austin gets the nose chopped just a bit, get into the corner. Toder, good line through the middle. He'll have the second spot. Corey Austin now runs in third. Here comes that 44 of Donald Swanson into the picture. He runs in the 4th and final transfer position off of turn number 4, starting to put some pressure on the 92 of Corey Austin.
Corey Austin in the 3rd spot right now, trying to hold on as Donald Swanson, that 44, looking sharp right now, trying to put a lot of pressure on there. He's had some gap now between him and that 5th spot of Eric Scalf.
Yeah, Eric Scalf, the $1 Million Motorsports entry, running in 5th. Lineweaver 6th, and Gardner in the 7th spot as we continue on here in heat race number 4. It's all Ryan Underwood out to a second advantage over these drivers you see right here, side by side for the second spot. The 92, Corey Austin working the bottom. Ethan Toder, he's on the top shelf, and we're side by side for position number 2 as they come off of turn number 4. We'll come to the stripe now, halfway, 6 down, 6 to go.
Ethan Toder holds that second spot, but he's battling that 92. Corey Austin. Austin holds the bottom side, which has looked like it has come in sharp here tonight. Toder on the top side where everyone's been living and dying by. Now Toder goes to the middle, going to drift up. You see Underwood there running the cut down line as he has some pressure as now Toder and Austin get some contact, and here comes the 44.
Oh, look at this one. It is getting tight there in the transfer spots, though, as Donald Swanson has a spot, but looking for a better starting position in the main event. Look at the run from the 23 of Ethan Toder using that high line. Had all sorts of momentum off of turn number 2. We'll see if he has it here off of turn 4. Can't quite get there. The 92 of Swanson holds the spot, or does he? Toder slides up the racetrack, gets the right rear into the cushion, and they'll race him on down to turn number 3. Great battle going on for positions 2, 3, and 4 with 2 laps to go.
Ethan Toder and that 23 rowdy energy there. He is getting rowdy on the top side, folks. He is ready to rock and roll, trying to get the second spot away from Corey Austin. But Austin and Swanson take the white flag here as it's just been the 46 out in front. Ryan Underwood for VLR.
Underwood going to bring it around to the checkered. The question is, who's going to place in second as Toter goes all the way up the Speedway. Austin works the bottom. Toter finishes second behind Underwood here in heat race number 4. Austin and Swanson also get transfer positions. So now we've got 16 drivers qualified for the main event. As you see, Underwood, Toter, Austin, and Swanson make up those next qualifiers. Sculf, Gardner, and Lineweaver. They'll head to the B main here tonight. And heat race number 5 lining up on the Speedway right now, Alex.
Starting on the pole, the 00 from Swindell Speed Labs. It's Kendall Tucker to the outside, the 009. It is Tanner Tomasi.
Second row on the inside, it'll be the number 87 machine, and that is Dan LaValle driving that one. And the LaValle Motorsports entry next to him as well, that's Joseph LaValle in the 78.
Tanner Hutchins in the 04. He starts 5th, and to the outside, the 9, it's Lance Heinberger.
Gage Boffman going to come from the tail in the 07 machine. So your 5th heat race on the racetrack right now. After this one, we'll have 20 cars qualified for the 75 lapper here tonight. As you see the front row there, the 00 of Kendall Tucker, Tanner Tomasi, the Tomasi posse cheering him on. He'll start on the outside of that front row. Heat race number 5, Alex making their way towards the starting line over there in turn 4.
Keep your eye on the LaValles there in row number 2. Those two have had some battles in the past, but green flag is out. Kendall Tucker, that 00, leads us into turn 1 and 2. You see Tomasi already goes to that bottom side. He's been watching the past heat races. He knows where it's quick. Kendall Tucker running a slider line right now, and he's already out to a good margin.
Can that margin hold on? Tanner Tomasi in that second spot, and then the LaValles running 3rd and 4th, or are they? Here comes Tanner Hutchins trying to break up that party. He'll work to the inside. He'll grab the 4th spot, and coming with him is Joey LaValle. He's in that spot. Tanner Hutchins, Lance Heinberger right there in the mix as well. Heinberger driving the number 9.
Tanner Hutchins to the inside of Joseph LaValle right now. Battle for the final transfer spot. Hutchins takes it, but guess what? LaValle might drop back even more because there comes Lance Heinberger. Makes it a 3-car battle for the 4th spot. Hutchins, LaValle, and Heinberger all going at it for this 4th and final transfer spot. We're 3 wide.
Oh boy, it looked like LaValle's car was maybe just a little bit too loose up there on the top of the Speedway. Still 3 wide as we head down into turn number 1. Look at this as the 9 of Heinberger gets good drive off the corner. Into the outside wall goes Tanner Hutchins. He's going to lose some line, and then big slide there out of Heinberger. He's going to lose that spot once again. So it has been a wild one back here. Kendall Tucker continues to lead. Tomasi, Dan LaValle, and Joseph LaValle in the transfer spot.
The guys who started in the top 4, they're still in the top 4 right now. Those final 4 transfer spots, Tucker, Tomasi, and the LaValles there in 3 and 4. But look at the 00 for Swindell Speed Labs. Kendall Tucker looking to punch his ticket into tonight's A main event.
Tucker had a moment down there in 3 and 4 last time by. Got into the wall just a little bit, slowed his progress. He continued. Oh, he gets big time into the wall there in turn number 3. Still has about a 1.2 second lead over Tanner Tomasi, but you can bet Tomasi's watching that 00 bang into the wall, and he's thinking that might just be what I need to reel him in. Big change of lines there. Tucker will slide job it through 3 and 4. 3 laps to go in heat race number 5.
Slide job line in with 3 and 4. He's still on the top side there. Hasn't made mistakes in 1 and 2. He's made them in 3 and 4. Another slide job line coming there, but it looks like he's getting the run out of the corner to keep it going. 2 to go for Kendall Tucker, Tanner Tomasi, Dan LaValle, and Joseph LaValle still hold on to those 4 spots. There's Joseph right now. Heinberger and Hutchins still trying to put pressure on, but Kendall Tucker right now takes the white flag.
Final trip in our final heat race. The 00 of Kendall Tucker back out to a 2-second lead over Tomasi. He'll slide it through 3, grab the cushion here in turn 4, and Kendall Tucker grabs the checkered flag here in heat race number 5. So that puts all of the heat races, I believe, into the books here tonight at the Michael Rose Memorial. Good look there at the Kendall Tucker 00 machine as it parks pit side. And we'll have a look at your official results here from our fifth and final heat race.
Here we go.
Well, you saw the results. Alex, let's take a look here at the starting lineup. It's time for tonight's B main. I believe we've only got 4 more transfer spots up for grabs.
Here we go. B main on the pole, the 32. It's James Clausen to the outside, the 029 of Travis Gardner.
Second row, that is the 04, Tanner Hutchins lining up there third. And outside the second row, that is Kenneth D. Payne, the 100.
Donnie Batiste starts in the 5th spot for Mid-South Third Slingers to the outside, the 02 of Benjamin Easler.
Jason Lineweaver, the 50, going to line up inside the 4th row. And your 8th starter, that's Gage Boffman in car 07.
Chase Hardy for Drew Hopkins Racing starts 9th, and to the outside in the 10th spot, the 2, it is Jesse Wall.
So that is the starting lineup here for the Michael Rose Memorial Consolation Feature event as the pace truck goes into motion. And we will get set for a green flag coming up on this one here shortly. A lot of good racing here already tonight, Alex. We're going to have a rework session of the racetrack before tonight's 75-lap main event, as this is tonight's C main. C feature action on the track right now. 12 laps is the distance. Top 4 will transfer to the B feature. So 12 laps, 4 go on to the B. So this right now, it is top 4 or you are done here at the Michael Rose Memorial.
We saw heat races have been, photo finishes, or it's been a blow-away win. How will this C main come to pass? Watch Jesse Wall in the A spot. He had a heck of a run in the heat race, just some tough luck. In this C main, we are green.
That is a very good point there, Alex, as we will watch him and watch these other contenders try to get it to tonight's B feature event. James Clausen, Tanner Hutchins going to battle for the race lead early on in this one. Kenneth Payne right behind them in the 100. Travis Gardner, that 4-car breakaway caution flag coming out here just before we got that first lap completed. We are under the yellow in tonight's C main. And not catching exactly what put us under the caution. Looked like maybe Donnie Batiste had trouble. Here's a look at your replay. All sorts of trouble there. And yeah, the 02 machine of Benjamin Easler going around. And that put us under the caution here early on in this C.
Caution flag waves here in C main action. As I received word from the pits, the 07 of Gage Boffman had some technical issues. Steering wheel broke, so a tough break for the 07 machine. But man, oh man, he looked strong in the heat race. He had a decent qualifying time, but just a tough break there with a little mechanical issue.
You know, just like the real world here on iRacing, mechanical issues can set in. They're different. You talk about engines and all that stuff in the real world, or a line comes off, or, in sprint car world, a mag goes bad. Well, here in iRacing, your pedals can fail, your computer can fail, your internet connection can fail, and in Boffman's case, steering wheel can fail as we come back to the green here in tonight's C main.
Yeah. C main back out as, yep, that's true. If your motor in the wheel does blow, there's another issue that can happen. But C main back underway. And man, oh man, we are back here going 3 wide for the second spot.
Caution flag going to come back out over the Speedway here on tonight's C main as the yellow flag flies over the Speedway. And we'll rack them up here. Here's another look at what transpired there. See the 50 of Jason Lineweaver and Wall in the 2 have trouble there entering the corner. They're both able to drive away from the incident site, but it looks like Lineweaver's number 50 may have some damage there, getting hard onto the right rear. We'll get set for another restart. Now, Alex, I'm not a late model racer. I'm barely an iRacer if it qualifies, but I don't drive late models all that often. But everybody's been talking this week about the new tire model in the late models. Have you driven any since the update to feel how different these cars have been lately?
Oh, yes. These cars, they got the real feel to them now with the new tire model. But in defense also, If you get a little loose, it's hard to save these cars. You'll either fight them loose or you'll fight them tight. It's hard to find the middle of these cars, but when you do, you get really fast, really quick.
Yeah, I was doing another show earlier this week, and everybody I interviewed after that race was tires, and I wanted to get your take on that. You get behind the wheel of these late models way more than I do. Right now, James Clausen, he's showing the way out front in this one. He's got those tires figured out, feeling good. Here comes, right now, Kenneth Payne looking for another spot. He's on the bubble for a transfer spot in the 100.
And this battle for second is on. We're about to take them almost 3 wide once more. 3 cars battling it out for the second spot. You see there's the 2 of Jesse Wall now. 4 cars battling for that second spot, and that 2 looking sharp tonight.
Does look very good. Look at this battle for the transfer spot. It is a dandy. Down the back straightaway, look at Wall into a transfer spot in the white and blue number 2 machine. Now the 029 Travis Gardner gets into the concrete over there, and he is in jeopardy of falling out of a transfer spot to tonight's B main as they continue to race 3 wide right there as they head back to turn 3. A wild C feature event here tonight, Alex, and we're coming to the halfway point of it.
And you see that 2 machine, Jesse Wall. He was in the middle of that 3 wide. We're almost trying to make it 4 wide here, but that 2 machine just gave something had to give. And while the 2 gave it there all he could, he's going to get back in here. 4 car, almost 5 car battle for that 3rd spot. And there you see first and second are right there as well.
Goodness, it is wild in this C main. Tanner Hutchins is your new race leader out front as he now has James Clausen back to second. Chase Hardy runs third. That battle for 4th right now. Advantage. Travis Gardner's got the 4th and final transfer spot in the 29 machine. Here comes Kenneth Payne to his inside. They're side by side on the right side of the screen. How about it? You go down the back straightaway here. You've got the top 5 cars all on the screen here with 4 laps to go. Make it 3 laps to go in the C main. Trouble. The 29 Travis Gardner got into the entrance of the pits there in turn 1. He's able to collect it up. Saves it, but he may be out of contention now for a transfer spot.
All these cars battling it out for a transfer spot. There's the front 2. Then you have the other 3 coming at it here. Wall right now on that 5th spot. You see everyone battling it out. Gardner in that mix as well. And these cars are going at it, white flag in the air.
Oh, I'm sad to see the white flag on this one because this race has been a dandy. Look at the 2 of Jesse Wall. He's trying to rip the top side and get into a transfer spot. Final set of turns. The 100 of Kenneth Payne gets loose, and Wall gets the transfer position in 4th to go on to tonight's B main. Wow, what a C feature here at the Michael Rose Memorial tonight. Unbelievable action on that as Hutchins picks up the victory. And he and Clausen, Hardy, and Wall transferring on to this one. Oh my, what a show that was. And your B main coming up next. Another 12 laps here, Alex, and 4 positions up for grabs in this one. The difference, if you transfer out of this one, you go to the show here tonight. That will be tonight's 75 lap main event as we get set to look at the starting lineup here this evening of tonight's Michael Rose Memorial B feature. Starting lineup on this one, Brendan Weeks on the pole position in the 22, Sage Luther outside in the Peerless Racing number 26. Second row, Justin Powell, the 30 inside. Eric Skolf, he'll be next to him in the $1 Million Motorsports number 50. Lance Heinberger starts inside the 3rd row, the number 9 machine. And next to him, that'll be the Sub-Zero Sim Racing number 20 of Dominic Foster. 4th row, J.D. Baker, the 27 inside. And Tanner Hutchins, your C-Main winner outside of him in the 04. To the 5th row, James Clausen, the 32 inside. Chase Hardy on the outside in the 1. Jesse Wall is your 11th and final starter in that number 2 machine for tonight's B feature event at the Michael Rose Memorial. Again, Alex, 12 laps as we see the lineup there. 12 laps the distance for transfer to the show.
This is going to be a heck of a run here. Jesse Wall in the pits did not make the call. Neither did the 22 of Brennan Weeks. So 2 cars out of this B main. And that's a tough break for that, too. He had to fight his way through the C main to make it into the B. And now he does not make the call. So a tough break for Jesse Wall.
Well, we will see here. Looks like he's showing in the pits right now. Caution flag has been displayed over the speedway, so perhaps race control trying to give these drivers that transferred another moment to get ready for this one. So the caution flag remains out. No start here as we remain under the yellow, getting set for tonight's Michael Rose Memorial B feature here tonight. Great night. Glad to have everybody tuned in with us here tonight. With Alex Robinson, I'm Sean Neisted, and so glad to be part of the Michael Rose Memorial. We know, we've read and we've been told so much about Michael and how much he loved racing, how much he loved being outdoors, how much he enjoyed time with friends and family, riding his motorcycle, being on the four-wheeler. So, hopefully tonight you're with some friends, you're with some family, and you're enjoying this broadcast here on the Thunder Sim Racing Network as we pay tribute to Michael and his family, of course, his son Jace. Hope he's tuned in with the family here tonight. And boy, I hope somebody continues to update us on Jace's racing progress this season, Alex, because how cool is that? 7 years old, and he's going to be behind the wheel of a wedge this season as not green just yet. Race control holding them back. We are not green just yet on tonight's B feature event.
There he comes. You see him in the pits there. The two, Jesse Wall, going to make the call finally, and he comes out here for this B main. So 10 cars will take the green here tonight for this B main action.
I've got a problem over here, Alex.
Uh-oh.
It's my son just got home from baseball practice, and he brought some ice cream with him. I've got ice cream sitting here with me now.
Uh-oh.
If you hear me yell in pain, it'll be a brain freeze.
Oh, the conflict and interest there for my partner, Sean Neisted. And, well, if it was Jerry and the rest of them, we'd just be upset because, you didn't bring any for the rest of us.
I would have. I didn't even know this was coming. You just walked in, set it down next to me, and what? I'm not going to say no to ice cream. I mean, you've seen me. I don't say no to ice cream. Look at me, man.
Free food, free ice cream. It doesn't matter. We don't turn down free gifts.
No, never. As the field getting set, they will, by the way, you're seeing the laps count there in the top left. They will knock those laps down as the field getting into the starting grid. So we will still have all 12 laps here on the board of tonight's B feature event here at the Michael Rose Memorial. Had a good look there. Sage Luther's number 26 machine. He sets the pace. Justin Powell next to him on row 1 in that number 30 machine. As the field getting tightened up, that's usually a good sign that we are ready for the green. With that 9 of Lance Heinberger, we saw him come from deep in the field in his heat race, starting 4th on this one. Eric Skalf, the 50, lines up inside of him. Here comes the green. Tonight's B main is underway. The Michael Rose Memorial event. Last 4 drivers to go to the main event will come out of this one as the 00. A little loose there in the corner. Look at him stack up. Look at him almost go 4 wide into turn 3, Alex.
The battles are on. Oh, no, the 9, Lance Heinberger. He gets into the wall here. Problems for him, but he stays in any case straight, so we are staying green here. Jesse Wall, Justin Powell, Sage Luther, all these guys battling it out. And you see Wall back there. He is with that whole, I don't even know what to call it, group of cars, Hornet's nest of cars. But that top 3 there, they're looking mean up there up in front, but a caution flag waves.
Yeah, yellow flag over the Speedway. Sage Luther, your early leader. Powell, Skalf, and I believe J.D. Baker right now in the final transfer spot. Dominic Foster right now running in 5th as the field's going to hustle to the pace truck. Here's a look at your Thunder Sim Racing Network instant replay of the incident there with the 9 machine of Lance Heinberger. Got a little slap from the 2 of Jesse Wall as he had gotten loose over there in turn 3. That was a couple laps ago as we bring you back to live action here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. So I believe debris on the racetrack, the cause of the caution. Some virtual debris out there on the track, Alex.
Who knows? It might have been something off Lance Heinberger's car there when he hit the wall. But You were talking about Jace. I hope somebody does keep us updated, but I could see that young man parking it in victory lane a few times this season, and man, it's going to be great to get back to the racetrack this summer.
Oh, it is. I go my first race of the real racing season next Saturday night. I'm heading down into Nebraska to call some late models. So I'm getting all tuned up for late model action. These drivers right now, they want to get tuned up out of this one for the A main. We're back to it as we hustle them down to turn number 1. Look at that 50 machine of Eric Skolf. He comes through on the bottom. Now they're 4 wide down the back straightaway.
4 wide, something had to give, and something did give, and somebody is upside down, and that looks like that be. There's Jesse Wall, so it looks like Wall got in the problem, and J.D. Baker in the 1. So a little bit of problems here for these cars in B main action here, but again, everyone is fighting for a chance to make this a main event.
Yeah, Alex, you can't blame them for trying this hard to get to the big show here tonight, as you're going to see the byproduct of literal 4 wide action, and they just ran out of space. You know, late models are not the smallest race car, as there you saw Wall involved in the incident as well as the 127 of J.D. Baker back onto 4 wheels there. Late models are big race cars. They're wide race cars, Alex, and 4 wide, that's like 3 country miles. That was tight squeezing down the backstretch.
Yeah, you were saying you get late model racing next weekend. I had mine last weekend at Bristol, but man, we get to fit some more late model racing in here tonight at Cedar Lake, and this, well, I see a lot of people saying Chase Cabry would be fitting for that 71 to park it in victory lane here tonight, and man, he had a chance here winning his heat race.
Yeah, this we have a star-studded field, to say the least, here at the 3rd annual running of the Michael Rose Memorial. Going to be a great main event coming up here. Looks like we've got a restart coming up here in tonight's B main. Stay tuned. After this B main, we've got a special video presentation, and then right after that, we will be getting into the 75-lap main event, as we're 1 lap away from the restart here of this Michael Rose Memorial B feature event. Again, big thanks Miller Family Trucking for bringing us all the action here with the Miller Family Trucking eSports League, and tonight live here on the Thunder Sim Racing Network. So glad to have you all here. And again, make sure to give a like and a follow on YouTube and Facebook here of Thunder Sim Racing Network. Many more races to come right here. Back to the green. More laps to come on this one. They'll flash by the flag stand. We've got 6 laps to go, so still halfway in this B main. Luther, Skolf, Hutchins, and Foster right now have the transfer spots.
Dominique Foster there in the 4th spot as he looks to hold on here, but he's got a Hornet's Nest behind him. Chase Hardy, James Clausen, Jesse Wall, Lance Heimberger, all these guys looking, but man, oh man, we're fighting here as Foster holds on. A lot of problems beating and banging back there in the back, but everyone is coming for Dominique Foster and Chase Hardy up there in 4 and 5.
Yeah, they may literally have targets on their backs right now, running in 3rd and 4th, as you see the 2 of Jesse Wall. He's had his share of incidents here tonight, but he hanging tough and still trying to charge forward for a transfer spot with that 2 ride. Off of turn number 4, we come by the stripe. 3 laps to go in this one. Luther, Skolf, Hutchins, and Hardy, they've got the transfer spots. Now, Wall and Foster just behind them, outside looking in, as we'll come to 2 laps to go in the B main. Who will be the final 4 to tonight's show?
Tanner Hutchinson, Chase Hardy, they hold on to 3 and 4 right now. Dominique Foster, Jesse Wall. Can Jesse Wall make it through the soup tonight? Goes to the top side, trying to make it work as that 2 machine sits there, white flag in the air. He is in the 5th spot. 1 more spot there as now the 50, Eric Skolf. They're 3 wide right there. Wall going to try and squeeze in. Here we go. Final spot up for grabs. Who's going to take it? We're 3 wide once more. Sage Luther wins. Chase Hardy, Tanner Hutchinson, and Eric Skolf going on to your A main event.
Wow, what a finish here tonight in the B main. Those final 4 spots. Whew, those drivers were sweating that one out there to get into the main event. There you see the official finish from tonight's B main. Sage Luther, Chase Hardy, Tanner Hutchins, and Eric Skolf, your final 4 qualifiers for the show. Wall, Foster, Clausen, Baker, Heinberger, Powell, and Weeks, your finishing order for tonight's B main. Coming up next, we will have your Michael Rose Memorial Championship feature event. 75 laps the distance, $200 to the winner. Cars coming out on the Speedway. Final chance to get these cars tuned in. That main event's coming up here in just a couple minutes. Until then, enjoy this special video presentation.
I'll be the last one standing, 2 hands in the air, I'm a champion. You'll be looking up at me when it's over. I live for the battle, I'm a soldier. Yeah, I'm a fighter like Rocky. Put your flag on your back like Ali. Yeah, I'm the greatest, I'm stronger. Bet my dues can't lose, I'ma own ya. Hey, I've been working my whole life, and now it's do or die. I am invincible, unbreakable, unstoppable, unshakable. They knock me down, I get up again. I am the champion. You don't know my name, you can't hurt me now. I can't feel the pain. I was made for this, yeah, I was born to win. I am the champion. When they write my story, they're gonna say that I did it for the glory. But don't think that I did it for the fame, yeah. I did it for the love of the game, yeah. And this is my chance I'm taking. All them old records I'm breaking. All you people watching on the TV, you go ahead and put your bets on me. Hey, I've been waiting my whole life to see my name in lights. I am invincible, unbreakable, unstoppable, unshakable. They knock me down, I get up again. I am the champion. You don't know my name, you can't hurt me now. I can't feel the pain. I was made for this, yeah, I was born to win. I am the champion.
Born champion. The C is for the courage I possess through the trauma. H is for the hurt, but it's all for the honor. A is for my attitude, working through the patience. Money comes and goes, so the M is for motivation. Gotta stay consistent, the P is to persevere. The I is for integrity, innovative career. The O is optimistic, open and never shut. And the N is necessary, cause I'm never giving up. See, they ask me how I did it, I just did it from the heart. Question the competition, been doing it from the start. They say that every champion is all about his principles. Carry.
I am invincible, unbreakable, unstoppable, unshakable. They knock me down, I get up again. I am the champion. You don't know my name, you can't hurt me now. I can't feel the pain. I was made for this, yeah, I was born to win. I am the champion.
Yeah. Surpassed all rivals. It's all about who wants it the most. Fight for what we believe in. That's what champions are made of.
I'll be the last one standing, 2 hands in the air, I'm a champion. You'll be looking up at me when it's over. I live for the battle, I'm a soldier. Yeah, I'm a fighter like Rocky. Put your flag on your back like Ali. Yeah, I'm the greatest, I'm stronger. Bet my dues can't lose, I'ma own ya. Hey, I've been working my whole life, and now it's do or die. I am invincible, unbreakable, unstoppable, unshakable. They knock me down, I get up again. I am the champion. You don't know my name.
Michael Rose wins his first career future race, and look at the proud father in the stands.
I am the champion.
write my story, they're gonna say that I did it for the glory, but don't think that I did it for the fame, yeah. I did it for the love of the game, yeah. And this is my chance I'm taking. All them old records I'm breaking. All you people watching on the TV, you go ahead and put your bets on me. Hey, I've been waiting my whole life to see my name in lights. I am invincible, unbreakable, unstoppable.
Welcome back to the Cedar Lake Speedway, the site of tonight's Michael Rose Memorial here on Thunder Sim Racing Network with the Miller Family Trucking eSports League. Alex, been a pleasure to be with you here tonight as we're just about a minute away from tonight's main event.
And man, oh man, we've had some great racing action. Talk about just a few moments ago, that B main action for the final transfer spot. Close quarters racing, 3 wide, 4 wide even, and that is just leading up to this A main event. 75 laps of distance. This is going to tear the house down tonight.
Absolutely. All in honor of Michael Rose here at the 3rd annual Michael Rose Memorial. And I know, Alex, the family, they're tuned in. Hope they're having a great time enjoying the racing action here tonight.
Yeah, I see that in the comments section. They are enjoying this, and this is a pleasure to bring you all the action. Here's your A main starting grid from the back in the 24th spot, $1 Million Motorsports. The 50, it is Eric Sculf. In the 23rd spot, the 04 of Tanner Hutchinson.
The Drew Hopkins Racing car number 1 of Chase Hardy lines up outside row 11. Inside of him, the Peerless Racing number 26 of Sage Luther.
Row number 10 to the outside. In the 78, it is Joseph Lavelli. To the inside, the 44 of Donald Swanson.
Mid-South Dirt Slingers number 34 of Bill Miller lines up outside the 9th row with Gavin Korkiakowski in the 17 alongside him.
Starting in the 16th spot, it's weird saying it, D1RT Racing, the 127 of Blake Majulis. To the inside, the 87 of Dan Lavelli.
Outside the 7th row of the Mid-South Dirt Slingers, 92, that's Corey Austin. Inside of him, starting 13th, Bobby Mattingly in car number 3.
Starting in row number 6 to the outside, D1RT, it's the 055 of Matthew Logan. To the inside, the 500 of Tyler Berry.
Top 10 starters now go like this. Outside the 5th row in the 009, it is Tanner Tomasi. Inside of him, the Drew Hopkins Racing 23 of Ethan Toder.
Row number 4 on the outside, 269.005, it's James Grace. To the inside, Justin Thomas in the 99.
Outside the 3rd row, the Team ABR Esports number 12 of Alex Bergeron. And the 00 inside of him, that's Kendall Tucker.
Row number 2, it's a Team VLR row. To the outside, it's the 46 of Ryan Underwood. Inside, it's Devin Morgan.
Outside on the front row, that'll be Cole Cabry, the 71 machine, and the 33 of Evan C. lines up on the pole as the field goes into the most awesome sight in all of motorsports. Thanking all of you for tuning in here tonight for the Michael Rose Memorial. As we know, we've got a lot of great people tuned in here tonight. Take a look at the field. Give them a salute back. The drivers thanking you for tuning in here tonight for this event on the Thunder Sim Racing Network. So many heavy hitters here tonight. Alex Robinson, so hard to pick a favorite, but right now, just enjoy the view. 4 wide around the Cedar Lake Speedway here at the Michael Rose Memorial, in the field getting back into the starting grid. As now they will leave that front spot open tonight for Michael Rose, the symbolic pole starter of tonight's feature event. See that pole position open right now for Michael. Never easy to lose a loved one long before you should have to say goodbye to them. We thank the family of Michael Rose so much for letting us be part of this here tonight, the Michael Rose Memorial, third edition of this event. Started after the tragic loss of Michael back in 2019 at just 26 years of age. Tonight, he's got the best seat in the house as we get set. Some of the best drivers in all of iRacing ready to duke it out 75 times around. Your main event at the Michael Rose Memorial is underway.
Sean, I forgot to ask there, who are you picking to take home this feature win? I know who I'm picking, and I'm going with the fan favorite here just because of the number, the 71, Cole Caber. He takes it home tonight.
Ooh, that is a solid choice. I'm going to take, well, I really don't want to take the guys from the front row. I don't want to do it. I am going to keep a careful eye on Blake Majulis in the 127 to see how far through the field that machine can get. And if he can get to the front, that'll be something. There we have a replay right in front of Majulis. Looks like what put us under the caution here on the first time. Corey Austin, the 92 machine, got a little loose, got a little contact, got into the concrete. Another car turned around there as well, as that puts us under the yellow early on in this one. So Corey Austin looks like he's gone pit side. Matthew Logan as well in the 55. So a little trouble here early in this one. Also saw the 44 machine, Donald Swanson, get turned around there on that incident. So early race caution here in the Michael Rose Memorial. We'll get the field bunched up. They'll work on the scoring and timing, get everyone lined back up for a restart with plenty of laps to go. Alex, behind the wheel of one of these cars for a long race like this, do you break the race into segments into your mind? Do you just try to log laps early on in this? What's going through the mind of these drivers right now?
I've heard it before while we go back green. I've heard it from a wise man, that 12 and the 127 of Majulis. Those guys get these cars ready, get themselves ready for a long run. They don't care about the first few laps. They're ready for those late, as it's a fixed setup, yes. So every driver is on the same setup here, so it's a driver mentality here, but a lot of these drivers wait for that final halfway margin to get onto their gas pedal and fight for a win.
So right now they're also feeling out the racetrack. Oh, trouble there. The 269 of James Grace got loose in the corner, turned around. Yellow is out. Everyone fighting to get by him, and they will do so. But there you see the 269 of James Grace. Trouble here early on in this one for the former World of Thunder 410 Sprint Car champion in the 269. And here's your Thunder Sim Racing Network instant replay. Keep an eye on that 269 machine. It goes in on the top side there. That's turn 3. And things just stacked up in a hurry. And then he got the old late model scoop.
You see, you got to give credit where credit is due. A lot of those drivers had to avoid the 269 there, and everyone did. He stayed up there and waited up top, and everyone just had to bob and weave below him to keep themselves and keep him from getting more damage. But you see him get in there into the pits, get their crew working, and he is coming right back on to the track as that 269.
One quick repair for all the drivers tonight in this 75-lap distance A feature event. And he will use that one right there as the field again getting set to go. Evan C., Cole Cabray, world-class drivers right now. In fact, of your top 6, all of them are ranked as world-class drivers except one. So 5 of your 6. The vast majority of the top 10 here tonight, world-class. And it's hard to find a field this strong anywhere else on iRacing. Here we come back to the start. Evan C. drops that right foot. Cole Cabray right there with him. They'll head on down into turn number 1. We are back to green. Here comes the 46 of Ryan Underwood to the inside, and then 3 wide, including Alex Bergeron in the mix, and the 112 of Devin Morgan.
As you see back there, look at the 127. He was 4 wide momentarily there as he had Tomasi, Toder, Thompson, and Tucker all 4 wide there as he is trying to work his way up through the field. And again, Majula starting back there in about the 16th spot. It is an unusual sight, especially in the late model ranks, to see that 127 start far back in the field, but he is trying to move his way up through this competitive top 10 here tonight.
And we're going to see the track change drastically from its current condition on this one, as we are still very early on in this feature event. See Cabre, Morgan Underwood, and Bergeron, the top 5. Little touch there. Justin Thompson, Tanner Tomasi had a little contact there on the back straightaway. They sorted out. There you see the 23 of Ethan Toder. He runs in the 7th spot, and he's got his sights on Kendall Tucker just in front of him in that 00 ride. Side by side for position, Tanner Tomasi in the 009. Justin Thompson, the 98, as the caution flag waves over the speedway again, and this may be for Eric Skalf in the 50.
Look at the replay, and man, again, the battling getting heated up here tonight, and Eric Skalf going to get squeezed there in between. Looks like the 269 of James Grace. As, oh man, look at the leaders. They had to check up because they were coming in hot to turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, they will do so. The 50 machine of Skalf able to drive away from the incident site, and we have put about 10 laps of green flag action into the books on the 75 lapper here. Here's another angle at it. Well, that's the angle we need every time a driver gets hot under the helmet here tonight, Alex. We can just look at that one. We might even see some steam come out of some of the helmets here tonight.
Yes, this, iRacing needs to start making some sweeter updates here. But again, you look at the ride here that these drivers have gone. Here's that underneath, and just.
Yeah. There are so many different angles on these cars. You saw there the suspension, how much that works here in iRacing. Pretty incredible stuff, as looks like the yellow is still back out over the speedway. Field going to woe back down and get into the proper running order here before we get back into racing action. $200 to win this feature event here tonight, as we get another look here on the instant replay. There's Blake Majulis, the 127 machine, stacking up, and he'll get a little contact. Didn't catch who that was, and then a whole bunch of contact. And then now they're going to have another caution there. Looked like maybe Barry involved in that one, as we've got another caution flag over the speedway. Still a long ways from the checkered flag here tonight, Alex.
And now, breaking news, we heard it, earlier in the race. For next year's Michael Rose Memorial, the big bucks are on the line. This year it's $200. Next year, $1,000 on the line for the Michael Rose Memorial next year.
Say what? Where are you seeing this?
Wise man of Steve McMillan, that the great guy that has brought us this race for the past 3 years. He announced it earlier tonight. Next year, it will pay $1,000 to win. $200 this year, $1,000 next year. So, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes out for next season for the Michael Rose Memorial. But we are back green here at Cedar Lake. Evan C. still out in front.
Single file restart this time. C, Cabre, Morgan, Underwood, Bergeron, top 5, as we will start to log some laps here, as that single file restart allowing these drivers a little less pressure. Now they're able to settle in and do exactly what we talked about at the start of this one. Feel their cars out, feel the racetrack out, and try to keep the sheet metal as square as they can. As we say that, here comes the 112. Devin Morgan dipping to the bottom side of the speedway. He's got third, looking for second on Cabre. Side by side off of 4. The momentum keeps Cabre in that second spot. And here comes Underwood on the top shelf. He's looking to get back around the outside of Morgan.
Ryan Underwood and Devin Morgan. Those two started on row number 2, the VLR teammates. As you see, though, Team AVR, Alex Bergeron, and Swindell Speedlabs, the 00. Kendall Tucker, they are gaining and gaining quickly. Those two, both former pros in the late model and sprint car ranks. Devin Morgan, in his own right, he was a pro as well. Evan C. Cole Cabry. So you look at the top 5 right now, Ryan Underwood, the only non-pro or former pro in that top 5.
Oh, wow. This is a field of that action there between Bergeron and Tucker. You couldn't have slipped a piece of paper between their two cars there for a couple of laps. That was unbelievable. As there you see the rank of these drivers up on the screen. The black, that signifies world class. Blue signifies an A division, which is as high as you get before your world class rank. And the greens, those are B levels. That's well, they're a little better than me, but that's where I currently am in my iRacing career. These guys all way ahead of me, Alex.
Yeah. Only 40 black licenses in the iRacing server on the dirt oval side. That is with sprint cars and late models, folks. So you have the top cream here tonight. See Cabry, Morgan, Bergeron, Tucker. You have Majulis back there as he has to fight his way up through the field. So you have to be at the top of your game. And right now, Ethan Toder, Tanner Tomasi, they're in 7th and 8th right now, trying to hold their ground and trying to catch up to the rest of this pack.
Yeah, 40 of them in the world, 6 of them in this feature event right now. Not bad company right now. As you see this group continuing to sort things out just a little bit. They'll all get up next to that concrete here as we work lap number 27 overall. So 22 green flag laps in on this one. As you see Kendall Tucker there in position number 6. Right now, Evan C. is your race leader. His lead is about 0.8 of a second over Cabry in the second position. Now Morgan grabs second there for a moment. So some battling going on up here behind your race leader for the second position. Cabry back into the spot. Here comes the 112 of Devin Morgan back to his inside. Side by side going into turn number 3. Slide job from Devin Morgan. He'll take P2, or does he hold on to it? He will as they come by the line.
Devin Morgan into the second spot. Cabry in third right now. But how long? As you see, there's the 12. Alex Bergeron goes to the inside of Cabry. Cabry now battling it out with the 3-time World Outlaw Sprint Car champion, Alex Bergeron, as those two have had battles in the past. And now you look at this top 4. C, Morgan, Cabry, and Bergeron. They are at the top of their game here tonight.
They'll come by the stripe here. Bergeron goes back to the bottom in 3. Cabry on the top. That's behind Devin Morgan. Evan C., your race leader. And Evan C. is closing in on the tail of the field. Lap traffic could become a factor here in a lap or 2 for your race leaders. Right now, Ryan Underwood in that 5th spot. He's got Kendall Tucker closing in on him. Meanwhile, Evan C., Devin Morgan closing in on your race leader. Down to a half second of a lead with lap traffic. There you see them. It looms in front of the race leaders here.
Lap traffic here, this long green flag run on a shorter track. Lap traffic is going to be a factor, especially for the leader in the 33 of Evan C. As there's Devin Morgan. You see him. He is right behind the 33 as all of them go to the top side here. Lap cars staying at the bottom. There's Dan Lavelli in the 87. He is now a lap down. Tyler Berry, Sage Luther, Donald Swanson. You guys are next on that 33 hit list.
Oh, boy, I could almost lose that ice cream I was enjoying here a little bit ago. Bumps starting to work into the racetrack as they work along the high line there as we were riding with Devin Morgan. He's got Cabry and Bergeron side by side behind him. Looked like the 46 of Ryan Underwood was just in the wall in turn number 3. Kendall Tucker has gone by him and into the top 5. Look at this side-by-side battle continue heading into turn 3.
Battles throughout here. Bergeron now takes the 3rd, but for how long? Cabry now goes right back to the bottom side. Here we go, side by side for the 3rd spot once more. Cabry, Bergeron going at it here. Team ABR, D1RT. You also have VLR running 1 and 2. Swindell Speedlabs, Kendall Tucker. He has taken over that 5th spot from Ryan Underwood.
Good battles here as we continue to progress our way through tonight's Michael Rose Memorial. Again, $200 on the line to the feature event winner on the checkered of this one. Bergeron going to come down, takes the nose of the 71 of Cabry. Cabry back to his inside as they have caught the 112 of Devin Morgan. Bergeron back to that fourth spot. Cabry runs in third. Morgan right in front of them with a lot of lap traffic.
Lap traffic is getting hot and heated there as Evan C. has to maneuver his way around the 44. And next on that list, you see there's a lot of cars as this green flag run is starting to become long here. And now you have to be durable if you want to outlast the rest of the competition. There's the 500 Tyler Berry. Now those guys are lapped down. And man, that 33 is looking quick.
Looking so strong is Evan C. Now keep in mind, same as the real world here, Alex, the lap traffic, they don't have to get out of the way. They're not told to like slow down and move to the bottom or move to the top. They're just told, just like the real world, hold a consistent line when the leaders are coming. So if they're running the top, that's where they're going to keep running, whether or not that's where the leaders are. So you're going to have to see some lap traffic get worked as we continue a long green flag run in this Michael Rose Memorial. It's Evan C. leading by 3/4 of a second over the 112 of Devin Morgan, who's got Cole Cabry right there behind him.
And man, oh man, Cole Cabry here trying to get into the second spot here, which he lost from Devin Morgan on that last restart now. Devin Morgan on the top side. Cabry going to go to the bottom here, try and figure out what is to do. You see Blake Majulis, he's back up in that 12th spot. Remember that caution earlier, but here's the thing. Evan C. is already up to about James Grace area here for lap traffic almost. So will the World of Outlaw late model champion Blake Majulis, will he go a lap down here tonight?
Boy, that is a big question as we continue. Some green flag laps. Evan C. going to clear there the 26 of Sage Luther. Luther runs in the 18th spot. Evan C. does have some clear track now in front of him as Devin Morgan rips that top shelf. He's got a bunch of momentum, and he continues to run in second. Cabry right there with him through the middle. We'll have to see if they can get a run at your race leader. Evan C., he still continues on with a 3/4 of a second lead.
Evan C. has been strong here tonight. Devin Morgan has some company now, and they're going to go 3 wide here. That 26 Sage Luther, the lap car, has been 3 wide now with Devin Morgan, Cole Cabry, and now here comes Bergeron to get around that of Sage Luther. But here we go. This battle for second might become a 3-car battle next. Devin Morgan, Cole Cabry, Alex Bergeron now. Look at the run he gets on the top side around the 26 now, as now he is coming for that second spot. It's Bergeron, Cabry, Morgan coming for the second.
Right now, Cabry is quicker on the clock than Devin Morgan, and you see it on the track. He works to the inside of Morgan, side by side for position number 2. Slide job. There's not a lot of room there. A little contact, and here comes Alex Bergeron. Daily double. He'll take 2 as they go back to turn number 1. So Alex Bergeron from 4th to 2nd as Cabry and Morgan continue to race side by side. And right now, you can bet Devin Morgan not happy with Cole Cabry after the contact there in turn number 4.
Don't look now, but here comes the 00. Kendall Tucker also trying to take advantage of those two getting the contact here. Bergeron sat back and wait, and he took over second. Now the 00, he's coming after him as well. You see the top 4 right there besides Evan C. Bergeron, Morgan, Cabry, and Tucker, all 4 of those guys are right there together.
Yeah, out in front of them by 1.2 seconds is Evan C. He's been able to pull away with that big battle that was happening for that second spot. Now Bergeron, Devin Morgan right there behind him. Things settling down just a little bit here in the top 5. They're all still right there with each other. There's Ryan Underwood. He runs in the 6th spot. Tanner Tomasi, the next driver behind him in the 009. Ethan Toder runs in 8th. Currently 9th is Bobby Mattingly. And into the top 10, that's the 127 you see right there of Blake Majulis coming back through the field. That's Mattingly and Majulis on the screen, 9th and 10th on the running order.
Blake Majulis in the top 10 here, folks, for only the first time tonight. Now he's trying to get by Bobby Mattingly. He is a man on a mission ever since that contact early on in this feature event, and he has looked strong now. Can he get into the top 5, or are they 2 gone for sure here tonight?
Well, we will find out as he works to the inside of the 3 machine of Mattingly. Can't quite get him clear just yet. Big slide job here in 3 and put the 127 of Blake Majulis into the 9th spot. Maybe not quite yet. Here comes the 3 of Mattingly back to his inside. And Majulis will get a run on the outside line. And Blake Majulis up 7 spots from the original start. Remember, he started back in 16th. He now runs in 9th. Here's that battle for the 4th spot. A good one again. Kendall Tucker and Cole Cabry now back to the 5th spot. Kendall Tucker coming forward. He's got 4th in that Swindell Speed Labs 00.
Kendall Tucker, he sat back. He waited for a mistake. Looks like that 71 made the mistake that the 00 needed. Now you see there's some lap cars in between them and the 112 of Devin Morgan, who's in the 3rd spot. Bergeron has held on to the 2nd spot, but where is your leader, you might ask? The 33 of Evan C. is gone, folks. He is right there, but there's Alex Bergeron right behind him as Evan C. must have got caught up in some lap traffic here, as now that 12 machine of Bergeron is right on the tail of the 33.
Yeah, what was a healthy lead, now down to 0.3 of a second. Bergeron stalking Evan C. as we have wound through the laps here. We're down to 16 laps to go on our feature event. And look at this. It is picking up front. Let's go on board with the 3-time World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink iRacing Sprint Car Series champion. That is Alex Bergeron as he tries to work to the inside of Evan C. He had the lead there just for a moment. C back to the lead. 15 laps to go here at the Cedar Lake Speedway and the Michael Rose Memorial, and the battle for the lead is on.
The 33 Evan C. as we're still on board with that 12 Alex Bergeron. And now watch, there he goes to the inside. There you see it, folks, straight up. Slide job by Bergeron. Great camera work by our producer, William Duvall, to catch that slider in full effect. 33 of Evan C. throws one right back here. The battle for the lead is on now, folks. Bergeron C. Lap traffic also in the mix here. This is going to get interesting.
Wow, these lap cars in front here, they may have something to say about this one. 12 laps to go. Bergeron, your new race leader, started 6th on this one. Takes over the lead with 12 to go. And now, can he get the momentum? Can he get through the traffic? Can he get away from Evan C., who looked to be in the catbird seat on this one? Now he's got to gather up his thoughts and figure out what he can do to chase down Alex Bergeron and get back to the point that he's only got 10 laps to do so.
10 laps to go, and we talked about that 12. Alex Bergeron always talks about he is in for the long run, not that early first 10, 20, 30 laps. As now, folks, he's in that lead, and now here's where he can capitalize, put some lap cars in between him and the 33, but how many will he get between him? Because Evan C. looks to still be right there with him.
Yeah, here's the battle right behind them going on. There's the 71 of Cole Cabray. He's got back into the 4th spot with Devin Morgan. It's still well in front of that, but the 00 of Kendall Tucker coming back after the 71 of Cabray. That's the battle for the 4th spot on the Speedway as they continue to navigate traffic. That's the 92 of Corey Austin. Austin, by the way, not a bad run going for him. He's in the 14th position, so not bad for that 92 machine. But some of these drivers, world class, they are on a mission tonight.
And man, talk about that 14th right there is Corey Austin. James Grace, I think he's a lap down as well. Maybe the 17 of Timothy Korkowski. But Blake Majulis, folks, up into the 8th spot now, as you see, up to 10th. Alex Bergeron, Evan C., those boys have combined to lap up to 10th here. Justin Thompson just went a lap down. So Ethan Toder, Blake Majulis now, he's trying to put some more time in between him and that leader of Alex Bergeron.
Kendall Tucker and Cole Cabry, they nearly came together off of turn number 2. They were able to gather it up. We're inside of 4 laps to go. Alex Bergeron, 1.5 second lead for the driver out of Drummondville, Quebec, Canada, as he showing why he's been a multi-time champion with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series here on iRacing. He'll send it in to turn 3, come off turn number 4. He'll see the tip of the green flag. 2 laps to go at the Michael Rose Memorial.
2 laps to go for the 12, and look at these great cameras. Look at all the tight racing going on here tonight. White flag going to be out for the 12 of Alex Bergeron. One more circuit around Cedar Lake Speedway, and he is going to be $200 richer. through 1 and 2 cleanly. Ethan Toder, you're safe for now, or is it the 12 going to go to the inside here trying to put another victim? But it doesn't matter. Alex Bergeron wins here at Cedar Lake and the 3rd annual Michael Rose Memorial.
What a feature event here tonight. Evan C. is going to go 2nd. Devin Morgan finishes 3rd. Kendall Tucker 4th. And Cole Cabre going to round out the top 5. What a feature event we just witnessed here tonight. And stay tuned. We are going to head down pit side and talk with our front finishers, including that man wasting no time heading to victory lane, your winner, Alex Bergeron. What an event here tonight at the Cedar Lake Speedway. A fitting tribute to Michael Rose. What a feature. What a feature, Mr. Alex Robinson.
What a feature indeed. That was a phenomenal race. And we're going to look here, your official results. Alex Bergeron takes home the win here. 2 seconds in between him and Evan C. Devin Morgan in 3rd. Kendall Tucker, Cole Cabre round out your top 5.
Finishing in the 6th spot was Ryan Underwood. Blake Majulis started 16th. He'll finish 7th here tonight. Tanner Tomasi in the 8th position. Ethan Toder goes 9th. And Justin Thompson completing the top 10.
Gavin Korkiakowski in 11th. Bobby Mattingly 12th. James Grace, Corey Austin, and Bill Miller finish your top 15.
Sage Luther was 16th. Tyler Berry finishes 17th and 18th to Donald Swanson. 19th finisher, Chase Hardy, and Joseph LaValle completes the top 20.
Tanner Hutchinson in 21st. Dan LaValle, Eric Sculf, Matthew Logan didn't make the call, but that is your 24 starters, and that is your 24 result here for the 3rd annual Michael Rose Memorial. And Sean Neistat, I think you are in victory lane already with our winner, that 12 machine of Alex Bergeron.
Absolutely catching up with Alex Bergeron down here in the winner's circle at the Cedar Lake Speedway. $200 going to go in his pocket here at the Michael Rose Memorial. Alex Bergeron, first off, congratulations. You have to feel good right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's been a while we didn't win a big winning race like this for late models. You know, of course, this was fixed it up tonight, so that tells a lot. You know, we're definitely fast. You know, all race long, just waited for our moments and took the positions and pulled away there by 2 seconds. So, I mean, that's very good.
We talked early on in this race, the two of us up here in the announce booth were talking about strategy. So what did you do for a 75-lap race? That's a long race. So what did you do mentally? What was the game plan?
Well, I was just trying to have some fun there. You know, we definitely had a tough week, you know, very busy, but you know, we did everything we could there in the race, and we waited, like I said, we waited for the right moment, you know, and you know, we just took our position and waited for the top there, and we had Cabre there with Morgan getting together a little bit, and took advantage of it going underneath them, and Evan C there was on the lap cars a little bit. I believe that held him off a little bit, but you know, he was very fast all race long, and you know, we just took advantage of, you know, the lines and ran the top. I was really running the top very hard in 1 and 2, and getting to run off turn 2, and just ran a good race, clean race. It was fun for the win there, and Evan did a good race as well.
How important was it to keep all 4 corners of your car straight and square to make it to lap 75?
Yeah, it's very important, you know, especially in the pro late miles when you heard the right rear quarter panel, it slows your car down a little bit. So it's definitely important to keep all 4 corners of the car, you know, straight and simple. You know, and we, like I said, we waited for the right moments. We didn't push the car too hard at the beginning. You know, like I said, we took our positions, you know, and just staying there and not making big moves, just waiting for the right opportunity, you know, and that's what we've done tonight.
In your iRacing career, you have accomplished so much. Tonight, you're not only going to get the $200, but you're going to get your name added as a winner of the Michael Rose Memorial. What does it mean to you as a driver to come into these big events, these named events where we had 6 world-class drivers in the feature event tonight? What does it mean to come out on top on these big-time events?
It's definitely a huge accomplishment. You know, everything that we do and that we, you know, accomplish, we put on the record book. So definitely feels good, you know, and probably going to be able to see my name there on the banner next year. So definitely feels good. And I think the last 2 years, the same driver has won. So going out here and dominating is really important to us.
All right, Alex, who do you need to thank for the finish here tonight on the top of the podium?
Well, as always, Team eSports with Jason and Rebecca, everybody that supports us, all of our team, all of our supporters, all our partners, CSI Shocks, Biologic Cap, BK Designs, Wiring Farm Equipment, Save Your Setup Shop, Stucco, and CD Symptography. Everyone that really step up our game, and that supports us and make us go around the track every single day. So I thank them for everything they do, and you guys for broadcasting. My father for watching all the time, and for the race. Tonight putting the race on with you guys is definitely huge. And it was very good. It was a very good race. And definitely had a lot of fun. So can't wait for next year.
Sounds good. Congratulations, Alex Bergeron, your winner of the 3rd annual Michael Rose Memorial. Let's catch up now. Alex Robinson standing up here on the podium, and looks like Alex catching up with our runner-up tonight, Evan C.
Coming home in the 2nd spot for Team VLR, the 33, Evan C. And man, oh man, talk about the race. We thought you had it in your hands there, but then lap traffic comes into play, and Alex just sneaks up behind you there and takes the win. But a heck of a run for that 33 machine.
Oh, yeah, we looked pretty good in there until we caught lap traffic. And like Alex had been running on top most of the race, so he was able to get by those guys a little bit faster than me trying to run the bottom. But we just kind of held up in there and then, switched to the top. And it took me kind of a while to figure out how to run that top out. And like he was running it just a little bit different than I was in 1 and 2. And he was just able to pull me a little bit. And every time coming off at 2, felt like he was cutting down. And it just took me so long to kind of figure the top out there. And but overall, it's still a pretty good run for us.
And a pretty good run indeed, especially not just for you, but Team VLR. You had Devin Morgan behind you there. You had Ryan Underwood in the top 10 as well. So a pretty good showing here tonight at Cedar Lake for VLR.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We all qualified up front and, ran pretty good in our heats. And so, yeah, definitely a good showing for us tonight.
And now talk about this, another instant classic for you tonight in these late models. And we talked about it earlier in the week. These new tires come out, and it looks like it didn't slow you down one bit to get ready for these races.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It kind of suits my driving style a little bit more. You got to keep the car a little bit straighter than you had to last build. So kind of opens up a little bit more lanes. Like the bottom came in at some point in that race, and we was able to hit it pretty good, and switch back to the top at the end, I think. But I'm definitely liking the new tire model. I think it's a whole lot easier to drive these cars and just pass people on it.
Well, we know you got a lot of great guys behind you backing that number 33 and helping you become fast. Who do you got to thank for another great run here tonight?
Yeah, just everybody at Team VLR for all they do. Kevin Dedman, his band Dirty Grass Soul, Jeff Brown over at iRacing Flag, Jim Emery Next Over Designs, Captain Morgan, Tactor Defense, Selena Truck Stop. So everybody else helps out on the car at 127 Industries. Got to thank them also. And just thank y'all guys here in the broadcast for us tonight. Steven for putting on this event.
That is your 2nd place finisher, Team VLR, 33 of Evan C. And Sean Neistat, I think you are with our 3rd place finisher of Devin Morgan.
That's right, catching up here with Devin Morgan, who will finish 3rd here tonight. Devin, there was a big portion of that race where I don't know how you caught your breath. It seemed like you were always in a battle.
Yeah, we never got any time to settle down there. I was able to drive up the 2nd there, and then I kind of made a little bit of mistakes and allowed Cole to get back another run on me. And when he did, we had some slight contact, and then net code made it look worse, and Bergeron was able to slip by us. And but from there on, it's kind of easy sailing, just rail on the top every single lap, just miserable race to run.
When you're on the top of the speedway there on a track like this, it can get so thin on the top side. So how careful do you have to be, especially with such a long race, to not make that big mistake?
Well, it's actually the quite opposite of being careful. You just go as wide out and as most brain dead as you can possibly go, and just try to beat the right rear off the wall, because it's still faster. I wish we could get rid of that and make it where it would damage your car enough to slow you down, but it's still faster, so people are still gonna abuse the hell out of it.
So the name of the game, just send it. And that's what you did here tonight, getting up to the third spot, holding on for a podium finish, $50 to your pocket. Who do you need to thank for the podium run here tonight?
My mom, my dad. I got to thank Team VLR, Evan C. I got to thank Steven for putting on this still. I think it's a really great event. Glad to be a part of it. I wish it was at a different racetrack so we could, put on a better race and it not just be one lane dominant. But I got to thank TAC 3 defense, just everyone else that helps.
All right, there he is. Devin Morgan going to finish third here tonight. Congratulations on the strong run in the 112. So that's going to do it here tonight from the third annual Michael Rose Memorial. Alex, what a night. What action-filled A-feature event that we had here tonight. And coming from 6th to the win late in the show, Alex Bergeron, he puts his name on the banner as a champion of the Michael Rose Memorial.
And yes, what a great race here tonight at Cedar Lake. Bergeron with the win. C. Morgan, top 3 there. Phenomenal runs, but we cannot go without, again, thanking and supporting this great family for, again, another, this memorial race has been a phenomenal show the past 3 years, and now coming up this summer, you have Jace. If you're around those local tracks, go support that young man. Maybe you'll see him catch him in victory lane a few times, but you can't forget to thank his parents out there, his mom, his grandmom, for all the hard work they do helping him out with that race car. And man, can't wait. Hopefully, maybe I'll make a trip and see that kid at a race sometime this year.
Yeah, it should be great there. I believe running in Ohio, and they continue to carry on the legacy of Michael Rose. So that is going to wrap things up here tonight. A big thank you to all of the supporters of this event. You've seen their names on the screen all throughout the night. A big thank you, especially Miller Family Trucking and the Miller Family Trucking eSports League for bringing us tonight's action here on the Thunder Sim Racing Network. And again, if you haven't given us a follow, haven't given a like here on this page, do so, and make sure you see the upcoming events here tonight, or as we continue on here on the Thunder Sim Racing Network. And our producer BJ just said something in my ear. I have no idea what he said, Alex. Yes. Yes, all of the great sponsors, 127 Industries, a big shout out to them. Native Pride Industries, Ultimate Dirt TV, we continue our great relationship with them as well. And that is going to just about wrap it up here, Alex, from the Cedar Lake Speedway and the Michael Rose Memorial. Great to work with you once again. Had a blast here tonight.
Another phenomenal race. Again, always fun working with you. I mean, Jerry Vansicle, he's somewhere. I think he's in Knoxville, at the Rib Shack or something, enjoying. But I think he was tuning in tonight, listening to, well, I call it our best work as always. But, man, another fun night. And don't forget, next season, next race, 4th annual, $1,000 to win.
I can't wait for it, as we will get that on the calendars as soon as the date is set. So for BJ Duvall back there in the production truck, and for Alex Robinson, I'm Sean Neested saying good night from the Michael Rose Memorial, where Alex Bergeron takes home the championship.